Welcome to Phoenix New. Wait, no. Hello and welcome to Central Asia. Central Asia is a region that has been defined by so many ways that it may be this, or this. One alteration includes half of China and one doesn't include Kazakhstan. For our presentation, we are counting Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, and our country of interest is Kazakhstan. Some quick facts about Kazakhstan. It has an area of 2,724,900 kilometers squared with a population of 18.5 million and density of 7 people by kilometer squared. Now for some fun facts. Kazakhstan is an old country, much like great old Bulgaria. It has a history of khanates and nomadic life. The ancient Kazakhs are considered to be the first ones to domesticate and ride horses. The largest lake in the world is located in Kazakhstan. Something interesting about it is that it is half freshwater and half saltwater. Now, for all your Soviet Union fans out there, you should listen extra carefully. In Kazakhstan there used to be a great sea, the Aral Sea. It was however destroyed by the Soviets. By building dams to shift the water, the sea slowly dried up, leaving creepy images like this and ruining the livelihoods of many. Now let's get to business. Concerning physical geography, Kazakhstan is in a great place. Not only is it rich on minerals, but the exact location is on the route of the Silk Road. Needless to say, that's a big deal. In the past, when ships would fall off the flat earth if they sailed too far, and when airplanes were wishful thinking, this established roads meant you either could trade or not. In the past, when your country may be rich on some resource but need another, you either had to be buddies with Britannia or use the Silk Road, so that was an important part of Kazakhstan. Now, by looking at the map, I think you can see something obvious. This is way larger than the rest. As a result of that, the physical geography is varied, and so it is hard to draw absolutes. Even with natural disasters, there are both floods and droughts, earthquakes and storms, and more, so much more. When it gets to the population of Kazakhstan is large. With 18.5 million people, its growth rate is about 1% or 189,000 people every year. Kazakhstan is a past Soviet republic and as such faces a lot of issues as others. It is not very ethnically diverse, with 65.5% of the population being Kazakh, 21 Russian, and the rest of the minorities, with the largest being Uzbek, 3%. Just like other former Soviet countries, Kazakhstan faces a conflict between the native population and the Russians. Think Asian Ukraine. What may be surprising to some of you is that most countries in Central Asia are well developed, with a solid portion of the population working in tertiary sector. This is well visualized in this graph from 2014. When it gets to the Kazakh economy, it is very well developed. 61.2% of the country works in services, 34.1% in industry, and just 4.7% in agriculture. The country, as mentioned before, is very rich in minerals and benefits greatly from it. 45% of Kazakh exports are of crude petroleum, making it quite influential in the global economy nowadays. It is also the second largest exporter of chromium in the world. Politics-wise, we can't get too much into Kazakh politics, just like a foreigner shouldn't speak up about Bulgarian politics. In any case, let's talk hard facts. The current government party is Nur Otan, the Democratic Party. Some interesting stuff about it is that recently, in 2019, the president from the Democrats dismissed the government because he considered that the government was failing to raise the living standards. Following up on Russian Kazakh hate is the fact that Kazakhstan was a very vital part of the Soviet Union, you know, with all that petroleum and all. And in the bitterness of losing such a vital part of the Union, The Russians resorted to their tendency of using propaganda to incept the idea that Kazakhs are Russians and belong in Russia. Tensions are high, but right now Russia is busy with Ukraine. All of the nations in Central Asia are members of the UN, but none are a part of NATO. Even without the protection of NATO, Central Asia has its own faction, the Turkey Council. The members of the council are Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Turkey, Uzbekistan, and Hungary has been offered the membership. When it gets to Kazakh society, a lot of social and cultural norms are different from Bulgaria. For example, the largest religion is Islam, Sunni Muslims being 70% of the people, and second largest being Russian Orthodox. Most of the Kazakh traditions are concerned with livestock, and it is highly valued. The yurt is a traditional dwelling in the region. It is movable tent-like structure with a wooden framework covered with felt, and it can be constructed in less than an hour. However, it is no longer used. There are many traditional dishes, such as
There are many traditional dishes, such as cuisine and kazi. Cuisine is usually made out of horse meat and also various milk products. Kazi is a similar thing, sausage made out of horse meat, cooked during holidays or celebrations. All of the food is inspired by their previous nomadic traditions, as some of the meat is dried so it can last longer. People of Kazakhstan celebrate many national holidays. One such holiday is Unity Day, May the 1st, which is celebrated by all people living in the country by organizing massive celebrations on the streets. Another holiday is the Capital Day, celebrated on July the 6th. It is celebrated in, you guessed it, the capital. And that's more or less about Kazakhstan. I know you have many questions concerning Kazakhstan. Um, Here's the Kahoot. Yeah, we made a Kahoot. Look at how cool we are. This is the link to the Kahoot. That's probably also in the description. You could not possibly have any more questions.